Hi everybody and welcome. I am so glad that you're here. Today's gonna be a really awesome video because we're gonna be talking about the amazing Dracaena, also known in Spanish as Dracaena. I know I'm a Spanish speaking person. I'm coming from Puerto Rico, so I might be saying Dracaena over here, but for you guys, English speaking person, the majority over here, which I love you all so much. Thank you so much for coming. And if you are part of the community and part of the family, yay, thank you. You're all awesome. And if you have not joined yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Well, back again to our Dracaena. Our Dracaena, it's amazing. And that's the genus of the plant. We have so many Dracaena. It's incredible. And in here in my house, I have 3 of them. Justin and I, when we moved into our apartment, when we had no plants over there, that was one of the first plants that we got. And so this plant that we have over here, this is the Dracaena Marginata. And we have had it in our house for now, well, in our house that we bought, and you guys have been following along all the things that we have been doing. 3 years, 2.5 years, but with us, since the apartment, 10 years. So this is a slow grower. So we had the Dracaena Marginata, amazing. We have the Dracaena Fragrans, amazing. We also have the Dracaena Sanderiana, commonly known as the, lucky bamboo, which it has nothing to do with a bamboo. And we're gonna talk about her. So we have 3 different varieties over here. And so we're gonna talk more in detail about each one of them. For the Dracaena Marginata, it's incredible. I have shown you this plant many times when we're doing our higgy cozy days of watering the plants inside the house. And if you want to check higgy cozy days while you're studying or cleaning your house or whatever, there's a whole playlist of just higgy cozy days with our cats, the plants, you name it, rainy days, there's all kinds of stuff. So in those videos, when I watch back, I always touch the plant and I always go like this, because it's so amazing. I just love the feeling of it. So if you're a very touchy person like I am, so this would be a really good plant for your senses. Not only for all the senses of how it looks, how is the texture of it, everything. This plant is amazing. Now this plant is toxic to animals, especially to cats and dogs and also babies. So it has this saponins, toxic agent, that if the animal or the baby were to actually chew on the plant, then that's when they will have then a lot of intestinal problems, diarrhea, upset stomach, nausea, all that kind of stuff. So if you have animals, keep it away then from your animals, because this is not the plant to have around them. We have cats, and our cats, they do great with plants. Now our baby kitten, which we have had her now, Isabella, for 3 months and a half, and she is only 4 months baby. No, so we have had her maybe like 2.5 months. I always feel like we have her for longer. So anyway, she has been here only for a few months, and of course she is very interested in plants, and this is one of the plants that she likes a lot, to scratch a lot the stem. She hasn't chew on it, but she likes to scratch on it. So we have to keep an eye on her. We have to, we keep on training her. So just keep an eye on your cats and your dogs, and so that they don't get sick. Now this plant is super cool because it grows as a long stem and doesn't have nothing in it, right? And then at the end you have this crown, and this crown is so pretty because the leaves are very thin, and it's just beautiful, the colors that you're gonna see. So you have 3 different colors because you have the variety of having this dark green in the center, then you have this light green in the side, then you get this dark green back again, and then at the edge, almost when it's done, then you have this highlight of red magenta color. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now there's another variety of the Dracaena Marginata that it does have this huge magenta, almost fiery color, and that is amazing, very unique. So they look very similar. The only difference is that the other one has a way more red color. Now this one over here, it's more of a green color with a splash of red, and I love her so much. Love her so much. Now for this plant, you don't need to worry so much about watering it. It can actually, it can do good with an environment that it hasn't been watered for like 3 weeks. I mean, we go on vacation and we come back and the plant is still doing fantastic. And I want to have a plant like that because I water my plants, but I'm not going to be the whole time a slave to my plants. So this is one of those plants that if you feel like you don't have a green thumb, this is the plant for you to start with, because it will thrive without, being neglected. So she's okay. She can be okay by her own. Now, don't overwater the plant. If you overwater the plant, then that's when we have a problem. So what I do is, the technique that I have shown you many times is just check in the first 2 inches of the pot. In the first 2 inches of the soil feels that it's dry, so then that's when you have to water it. Now, because I already have the rhythm with my plants, and I know that I water my plants every 2 weeks, I water my plants. So every 2 weeks I water my plants, and they're super happy. Now, sometimes you might see that at the end you have a little bit of dryness, and that might have been that at some point I forgot to water it, and so it started drying up. And that is very common when they're trying to dry up. They dry from the bottom up, and so you don't see it from the top. If you see it from the top or little tiny holes, then that tells you that it had too much direct sunlight. This plant thrives in indirect sunlight, so it likes to have light but not too much. So if you put it in too direct sunlight, then it will burn the plant and it will die. Not die, but the flower itself, the leaf itself would not be thriving. So if you want to have a very beautiful, amazing plant, they have it in indirect sunlight. Yes. Now, also, this plant is amazing because it has been proven that it can actually, clean your air from lots of different toxins, benzene, you name it. It's just wonderful. It was proven by NASA. So this is a plant to have, because we have lots of crazy, horrible chemicals in our furniture and rugs and all kinds of stuff. So this is a really beautiful air purifier plant. So have another plant like this. So it likes indirect sunlight. It likes also to have then an environment more like the tropics, so a 60-degree weather or higher. And also because depending on where the sun is, she will go to the sun. So when you have the plant, rotate the plant. So that's what I do with my plant. I just take the pot and just turn it around so that the plant has the shape towards the sunlight, because if you don't rotate it, then you will see maybe the plant in a week that there's like going to the side like that, and it's because it was looking for the sun. So by you turning it around, then you keep it the shape that you want, to have it straight up. But if you don't care that the plant has a weird shape, then that's okay. Leave it like that, whatever makes you happy. Now for me, I like it to be more erect. So, and as you can see, it still has a little bit of shape, but it's maintaining that erect, shape. And it's because I always turn it around. So every 2 weeks when I'm watering the plant, I just go ahead, turn it around a little bit, and that's it. And now I see it's so beautiful. There's other plants that you can see that they just cross it, and you can do that very easily. I am not gonna do that with my plants. I like them how they are. So leaving them like that, but you can actually, because they're very flexible, you can actually cross them also. So they're so cute, you're so beautiful, you're so amazing. And yes, talk to your plants. You know that I always tell you that. My plants, I love them so much. I talk to them all the time. I put music to them. They're just amazing. They also like humidity, but it's not like they cannot thrive with a humid environment. So really what I do is I just spray them a little bit with water. And this plant, it doesn't have no pests, no nothing. She is just amazing. And I'm not going to talk about any soil, because really the soil that I just use is the soil that I have from the outside in my compost binder. And just take a little bit of that soil, put it back again in here, and that's it. I don't do nothing with my soil. And then a trick also, if you have cats or pets like I do, so what we do is in the top soil, we put a whole bunch of leaves and especially the holly bushes that is very spiky. So we put that to deter the animal to go on top of the soil. So that might help you. So now we have our Dracaena fragrance. I think that the one that we have over here is a type of lemon lime, but I am not 100% sure. So if you guys over there, you know that I love to communicate with you all, and to learn from you as well. So if any of you know which one is this, please let me know, because I believe it's from the Dracaena fragrance based on the leaf itself. But most of the Dracaena fragrance are gonna grow to 4 to 5 feet high. We have had this plant for, I would say, 5 years or so. It's a slow grower, and it has only grown to like 2 to 3 feet high. Now the trunk itself, it has not grown. So the trunk itself, it has not grown. What it has been growing a lot is the leaves. The leaves are really, really long, and they're glossy, shiny, just beautiful. And I love the amazing color that I have, which is gonna be in the center, almost this yellow color, but it's not yellow, it's more like a lemon lime color. So it has this cute lemon lime color in the center, a few lines of that, vertical lines, and then you have this dark green in the edges. Super beautiful. I want to measure the leaves to see how long it is. So I have my measuring tape over here, and I see that the leaves, let me just go from the center all the way. I'm gonna take this one that is already erect, this one all the way over here. So it says that it's 31 inches. So that will be then 2.5 feet that it can grow, this leaf, and it might grow even more, but it has been very slow growing, just like we have with the Dracaena Marginata, which we have had it for 10 years, and it have grown to 5 feet, that plant, and it can grow to 15 feet, but right now it's, it took a lot of time to actually get there, and we had it from baby plant. Now this plant, we had it also tiny, and it has grown to this size in 5 years, so also slow grower, I would say. Most of the same things that I mentioned before about the soil, the temperature, the humidity, how to take care of it, everything that I mentioned with the Dracaena, it also gonna be happening with this one. Now for the Dracaena Marginata, you can actually propagate it just by taking a tiny a piece of the stem. So just cut the stem and just take it and put it in soil directly and keep it watery, or put it directly into water and you will get then some root system. Now for this plant, you can actually propagate it, I believe, just from the leaf itself. Now I've never ever done it, but it was reading about the propagation, and that's how it says that the Marginata can be propagated. Now we also then clean it up because it gets a little bit of dust on the leaf, because the leaves are so wide and so beautiful and glossy. So I want to maintain that shine. So what I do is I just take a cloth and just with a little bit of water and just clean it. So this is what I do. I just take a little bit of water, cloth, it's already wet, and just clean it. But really this plant doesn't require that much of a cleaning, because it really is so glossy that it just all goes away so quickly. All the dirt or whatever, it doesn't get that dirty. It's really amazing, this plant. Just like the Dracaena Marginata, it also likes to be in indirect sunlight. So that's where we have it actually in the living room, and she does fantastic. She does great. Now I also rotate it just like this plant. If you were to have it in direct sunlight, it would also then burn it. And you can see over here at the top, I don't know if you can see right here, there's a little tiny spot of like a whitish little circle. That tells me that at some point she was taking a little bit of direct sunlight, and that's what it does, it burns through it, and you don't want that. So keep it away from a direct sunlight. Okay, so right now this plant is in the north facing. This is a north facing window. So north facing windows are okay, because most of the time I would say a Dracaena, keep it away from directly being in front of a window, because it will burn. It will get the more sunlight if you're directly in front of the window. But because this is in a north facing window, so it doesn't have that much of a sunlight. Now if it is south facing window, then that's when you're like, no, because definitely you were scorched, you were burned in your plant. So yes, keep it in indirect sunlight. And now we have our beautiful and special Dracaena Sanderiana. So the Dracaena Sanderiana that we have over here, I know that you have seen it a lot. They're called the lucky bamboo, and many people always have them in their offices because, as we have been saying with the Dracaena, they thrive in indirect sunlight. So in an office that you don't have the ability to have too much sunlight, they are going to be doing fantastic. Now our plant that we have over here, we have had it for years. I would say basically as we had the Dracaena Marginata, so 10 years or so. And so this was actually given to me by Justin in February 14 for, you know, Valentine's Day. I am the typical type of girl that I love plants and I do not like to have dead plants given to me. So if he gives me plants, it's usually, you know, alive plants if he's gonna give me something. And so this was a lucky bamboo present that he gave me. I love it so much. And we have had it, I mean, so many years. And what I do is every time I see a long stem, so for example this one is a long stem, I just go ahead and cut it just like that, remove some of this, you know, dead leaves, and then I put it in water just like I have here a whole bunch, and then I'm giving them away as a present. So you see all of this is just babies, lots of babies of the plant. For example, you see this beauty over here. You see how beautiful they're growing. It's just putting them directly in water. So I have this pot over here is just with rocks and water, and they do fantastic. I know that some people put it directly on soil. I have never had that experience, but if you put it directly on soil, then make sure that you're gonna be watering often, because this plant, the lucky bamboo, they do like water. Versus the other ones that we mentioned, the Dracaena Marginata and Dracaena Fragrans, you can actually then keep the soil a little bit dry in between watering. This will do better when it's actually watered often. As you can see, I forget many times to water it. So that's why you see that sometimes it has those spots that are dead, but it thrives so well. Even if you forget to actually water it, it will survive, it will come back again. So this is just little divisions, you know, just little cut, put it in water, and then you have another baby. And every time that I see that I have friends over or whatever, I'm always offering plants, so I have extra plants for people to have and enjoy at home. Then for this one, I'm just gonna prune some of the spots. So I see this over here is already dead, removing that spot over there. And it will grow more in that side, so it pleases me to actually cut it, because I know that it will grow bigger. Removing that side, that was a little hard before. And I think I'm gonna remove it right here. And for this big long stem that I have over here, I'm gonna start giving it shape. You can give it shape as however you want, because it's very flexible while it's growing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up some of the dead leaves over here. There we go. And then take this and give it some shape. The stem will tell you where it would like to bend, because it gets in here, I feel it's a bit stronger, so I'm not gonna bend it anywhere after this. So I'm gonna put it right here to give it that shape of like a heart for later. So I'm tying it up with those zip ties for like sandwich bags. So I have just one side as like a little heart, half of a heart. And then I can do the same with the other side, but I'm just gonna use this to go up, and then the other side I will use it for later. This is very therapeutic to actually cut your plant, give it the shape that you want, and just let it go crazy. This plant, really, you can give it so much shape. As you can see, they give the little twisties and all kinds of stuff. So this is a very easy grower, and it's so cute to see the shape that you're giving it throughout the years. So I know that in a few months this is gonna get stronger and it will have already the circle. Then I can let it go and then do the other circle, and then I will have a heart to enjoy for maybe a few years. Very exciting. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that I did. I love the Dracaena plant. It's so amazing, and there's so many varieties of Dracaena. If you had Dracaena at your home, go ahead into the comment section. I would love to hear from you and hear about the Dracaenas that you have at home. What variety do you have? How is it going? You know, your experience growing Dracaena. I know that majority of people have at least one Dracaena at their house. So I am looking forward to hearing all the comment in the comment section, all your experience about growing Dracaena. Dracaena is amazing. I love her so much. And if you have been thinking about growing a Dracaena before, this is your wake-up call. You're calling for growing a Dracaena. They're beautiful, and you will love to have one at your house. May you have an amazing day. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the miracles. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like this video and share with your friends and family. If you're not part of the community, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel. This channel is a lifestyle channel where we share every single Tuesday something new, from decor, gardening, do-it-yourself, home remedies, recipes, cat videos, higgy cozy days, you name it. We always have something for you guys. There's always something for everybody. I'll see you again next Tuesday. Bye guys. Enjoy the day and enjoy the miracles. Love you.